name is Matt Hanley. Today I'm going to talk to you about the exciting new development that is quantum computing and the building blocks called qubits. Quantum computing will provide incredible advancements from traditional computers. It will allow us to accomplish computations that would normally take hundreds of years in only a few minutes. Most people are familiar with the term bit. It is the unit of information. It can store a 0 or a 1 by turning a transistor on or off. These bits can be combined, added, subtracted, divided, and more to generate what we see and do on our computers every day. With enough of these little bits, we can do some amazing things. Using the concept of on and off, we have sent people to the moon, connected with billions on social media, created tiny handheld computers, and we have even created cars that can drive themselves. And that's with just two states, 0 or 1, on or off. But what if we could have more than two states? Enter the qubit. A qubit, or quantum bit, is not limited to two states. A qubit can exist in superposition, meaning that it can contain multiple states at once. This means that it can be 0, 1, or any value in between. Think about a table with a bunch of coins spread over it. In a traditional computer, each coin is either heads or tails. With qubits, a coin can be 75% tails or 32% heads. This quality gives potential to create computers that are millions of times more powerful than today's supercomputers. So what is the importance of the idea that there can be more than one state at a time? Well, the superposition of qubits leads to tremendous parallelism. A computer would be able to work on millions of computations at once, whereas your PC can only do one at a time. Computer performance is measured in flops, or floating point operations per second. Chances are the computer you were watching this presentation on probably operates on the magnitude of gigaflops, or billions of floating point operations per second. A 30-qubit computer would allow for amazing performance on the magnitudes of 10 teraflops. That's trillions of floating point operations per second. To put that in perspective, if your computer normally takes 30 seconds to turn on, a quantum computer would take just a third of a second to perform all of its boot-up tasks. You would never see this loading bar again. In a world where data is growing at an exponential rate, this speed-up could be huge. It will impact the world in ways that nobody can imagine. Computations on large hours or even years. Companies are constantly trying to optimize their data analytics and will invest millions of dollars in state-of-the-art machines. A huge advancement from quantum computing will be the human genome. Genomes will be able to be mapped, analyzed, and returned to you while you're sitting on a doctor's table. This kind of information can give doctors insight to possible hereditary disease. Scientists have been finding ways to estimate what a person looks like based on DNA. Investigators at a crime scene could run and analyze DNA quickly, getting more results into what their suspect may look like. Computer vision is also incredibly costly for computers. Algorithms such as facial recognition could analyze every face in a crowd to find a person of interest in just a matter of seconds with a quantum computer. This would result in an increase in homeland security and more effective police force. Artificial intelligence would arguably see one of the biggest benefits from quantum computing. AIs are trained by passing them training data. A quantum computer could churn through an immense amount of data every second. A quantum AI could learn to solve huge problems very, very quickly. The potential for quantum computing is endless. NASA could use a quantum computer to quickly calculate optimal flight paths and trajectories. Delivery companies could calculate the optimal paths through trucks, planes, and couriers. Air traffic controllers could optimize their flight grids. Encryption could quite quickly be cracked, an important aspect for security today. So why haven't we implemented these amazing devices? Quantum computers present huge technological problems. First of all, nobody is really sure the best way to make one. Techniques include trapping tiny subatomic particles or using superconductors to make microscopic circuits. Both of these methods are possible in the lab, but only on the small scale. Not to mention, they must be kept at a very, very cold temperature. Because of this, implementation is proving to be incredibly difficult. Another difficulty is that in quantum mechanics, simply observing the phenomenon of superposition changes the outcome of an event. This is weird to think about, but it's been shown to happen. So how do we tell if a computer is behaving the way we expect? And on top of that, how would we double check a quantum computer's work? If a quantum computer solves a problem that would take a conventional computer hundreds of years, how do we verify the answer? Another quantum computer? There's really no good way of knowing if we can trust the quantum computer's answer. And on top of all this, how would you even create an operating system for the damn thing, let alone write code for it? Despite all the roadblocks, companies are still racing to develop the first quantum computers. Google, Microsoft, IBM, and more are all quickly on their way to creating qubit chips. It won't be long until there is a commercial solution to quantum computing. Today's computers changed the world with a magnitude that nobody ever thought was possible, and that was just with the on-off 0-1 state. Success in perfecting the quantum computer would result in another revolution. The world would never be the same. Thank you.